Hello, friends. Laurie here with the Mystical Moon. I'm just going to wait a moment for everybody to receive the notification that I've gone live. And I'm just getting set up with Instagram right now. Just working on the back end here a little bit. So I hope everybody's having a great day so far. Let's see if we're live yet. Oh, I just need to go to Instagram. Sorry. This is the part that I wish I could have a little bit of a helper. One day I will. Hey, good morning. I see a few of you have joined me already. Let's see if we can adjust this a little bit. If we could get into the StreamYard. It doesn't always want to help me out here. Let's see if I could re-add it. StreamYard on on the Mystical Moon. Okay, I think I got it now. We'll see if we can do this next time. For Pete's sakes. There we go. Maybe. It's doing its own crazy thing. I see everybody's talking amongst themselves. Hello, friends. Just want to do its own thing. What in the heck? Eventually we'll get there, right? Oh, for Pete's sakes. I'm going to give it one more shot, and then I'm just going to say the heck with it. I'm not even able to see everybody's comments. It's so weird. Oh. Maybe if I was in the right account, that might help. Ugh. All right, done. Or not. All right, so I think that I saved it to the wrong account. All right, that's it. We're just going to have to say the heck with it. The heck with it. Okay, never mind. Sorry, friends. I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, so hey, good morning. Let me get out of there. Okay. Hello, good morning. I see a few of you have joined me live. I am in my room here at the shop in my office. I will get to some questions in a little bit, but first I'm going to Sorry, I just saw something come. And I will get to some questions, but first we're going to talk about reading cards, oracle cards, tarot cards, and I know a lot of people do work with divination tools, and some of the suggestions that I have will definitely apply to other systems of divination. Good morning, everybody. Hey, good morning, morning. Good to see so many people here. So let's all just take a moment to center ourselves, especially me after all the technological stuff that I just dealt with, whatever. Anyway, we'll take a moment to settle in. Let's all close our eyes and take a breath or two, bringing our awareness and our focus to the heart chakra. Finding our center, which is so important, especially the climate that we're in, not just the weather climate, but the climate that we're in with the collective. A lot of confusion. There's like thick fog. So we're going to bring our attention and our focus to our inner self, taking some nice deep breaths, bringing in the light from the crown, reconnecting with your divine self, your divine source, your divine soul. Remembering that this is always a source that you can go to. You are the source is you. You are connected. Sometimes we become disconnected with all that goes on in our lives. So bringing in that energy, connecting, aligning, and we ask that spirit support us today as we connect in as a community. And as a community, the community does help to support the collective within the community. And there are many different collectives. So within this community, tuned in live or later, we ask that we continue to be supported, guided, led, and that spirit asks of us that we trust in the divine order and the divine implementation of the events that we experience on the inner and outer planes. And so it is. And so it is. Hello, everybody. Good morning, everyone. So I'm going to be honest, it's a little bit thick in the collective. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of fear that's going on with many people these days. And so it's really important that we find our center. We take a moment, we take more than a moment, we take time each day to disconnect from what's going on out there and bring the awareness to the center, to the being, and remember that we are responsible for our reactions, what we say, what we do, what we believe, what we claim as a truth. And the key word is discernment with everything, right? There's what's happening within the collective. There's what's taking place within your different tribes and groups and the tribes, groups, the collectives that you are part of, right? There's a family collective / egregore. There's a family collective. There's a social collective. There's a romantic collective. There's, they say work already, family, all of that, right? So there are different groups that we're part of, yet we are in the center of all of it. And the influences of those collectives do have an impact on us. Now, it's really up to us as individuals to find our place within all of that, to keep our unique identity, polish that up and keep checking in with yourself. And sometimes our identity or our belief systems may shift and change, but really to just keep checking in with yourself. Like, how am I feeling? And definitely pay attention to your body. What's your body telling you? Does your body have resistance? Is your body saying that's a heck yes? Do you get the warm and fuzzy feelings around all that's taking place, right? So that's really important as well. Okay. So I'm just going to check in with some of the comments and the questions. Hi there, Brooke and Marjorie and Edie and Janet, and Deb has to go to a meeting, and Denise and Kyle and Kathy and Donna and Deb again. I'm hearing that we need to remain neutral and not take any side. Almost impossible to do, but we need to work on that. Direction. Thank you. You're welcome. And Luba, good morning. So true. I feel the energy is thicker. I am working to stay even more connected to spirit. So I will share this with you. So within my private sessions, it's taking me more time to prep for sessions, to disconnect what's going on out there so I can be in and anchor myself in that channel for private sessions. It's a little bit thicker. It's taking a little bit more energy and time and ritual to be in that space of that divine channel so I can anchor in and get there, right? It's almost like if you're driving with wind in your car and the wind is blowing, right? And you need to go slow and steady and make sure you have focus and you're paying attention. Like that is what's going on with all of this swirling energy, which is divine orchestration to help us. Again, you're going to hear me talk about this a lot. Tipping the collective, the critical mass, what's going on with the collective within again, there are different collectives you're part of. There's the state that you're in, the city, the country, the continent, and so on and so forth. And for some of us, the collective is connected to out there, right? So just to like drop that in before I get into the material, just know that it is finding your way, finding your truth. Moving through all of these distortions is just like driving when it's really windy out. Really got to pay attention and not allow some of the pull or the push of maybe people, maybe some of your triggers to sway you in one direction. You need to stay in your lane and observe what's going on, right? Do I need to adjust a little bit this way with my belief systems? Do I need to adjust a little bit that way, right? So just to be mindful of that. Okay. All right. So away we go. So I'm going to drop in the blog that I have with some of this material. And this is one of my favorite decks. So Janet says, I center by going to the gym. Excellent. 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 So the gym is going to help you with breathing, moving your body, moving that energy through you. It really does help. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about cards, tarot oracle. And so I am going to share some things that are not in the material that I have here on the, I'm so sorry, Instagram. My Instagram tab's open. I'm so sorry, Instagram. Okay, I gotta get that tab. And lupus is my body suffering more, but I am steadfast on getting it back to balance. Right, back to balance. Do I need more water? Do I need more rest? Do I need more protein? Do I need less protein? Do I need to adjust my pH, the pH of my body? Do I have too much inflammation? Do I not have enough acidic properties in my body, right? So there's just a lot. There are a lot of questions. There's, let's say this. There's always been a lot going on. I feel like I am just repeating the same thing, but it is getting thicker and murkier. And so, again, it's all of this that's swirling around, and it's hitting a lot of the points that we're really that are really sensitive to us, and our root chakra is really being impacted by all of this, right? Our safety, our security, we're getting really kind of hammered with our basic needs, our survival needs. And so it's really important for you to discern what is your truth, what is your path, and what can you do on a personal, individual level to shift that. All right. So when it comes to working with tarot or oracle cards, there is a difference between tarot and oracle. Does everybody know the difference? I'm going to share it because at least once a day, we share the concepts or the principles of the difference between a tarot deck and an oracle deck. So this is a tarot deck. This is an oracle deck. And so the tarot has traditionally 78 cards. It has a system that it is connected to and with that many people work with. So if you have taken a tarot class, or you have a basic understanding of tarot, you could read almost any tarot deck based upon that core knowledge that there are 78 cards. The deck is broken up into different sections. There's the minor arcana, the major arcana, then it's broken up into suits, right? You've got the suits, you've got pentacles, swords, cups, and wands. And sometimes those suits are called a different name, like pentacles might be pentacles or coins. The wands might be rods. The cups might be a chalice. So just know that might be just a slight variation of them. However, if you have a basic understanding of the tarot, you can read just about any tarot deck because you know what the cups represent. They have to do with water and emotions and feelings, right? And then you will know about the court cards, the kings, the queens, the knights, and the pages, what energies they possess. With the major arcana, the fool is pretty much going to mean what the fool is, right? New beginnings, taking a chance, a leap of faith. If it's reversed, it has that opposite meaning, acting foolishly or being stubborn or stuck in your way of thinking and being, that you're not flexible and you're kind of in your own way. So then oracle cards, like this one here is back here. It's the Dragon Oracle by Diana Cooper. This one can have any amount of cards. This deck, I believe, has 44. I know the top and back are different. Maybe 44. Yep, this one does have 44. And the deck was created based upon Diana Cooper's interpretation. So each card is different than the traditional tarot. Some people say, well, it's harder to read the tarot, which there are layers within layers. There are the Kabbalistic symbols. Then it depends on the deck. Like I know that Patty purchased this deck and she said, wow, the symbolism just takes it into a whole other direction, right? That it goes even deeper. But the oracle card still can help you with gaining clarity or helping you with a jump off point with your intuition, with receiving clarity or guidance or validation. So that's the difference between them. So I hope that helps. Maybe there's somebody who's watching that was wondering about that. All right, so here are some tips. So reading oracle and tarot cards can be a magical and empowering experience, whether you're doing it for yourself or for others. And so I've been reading for years and years, a long time, over 20 years. And while every other reader's approach is unique, I found some tried and true tips that can help you deepen your connection to the cards and the messages that they hold. And so here are my top tips to help you with feeling more aligned and intuitive and gaining a little bit more clarity. But before I move on, I do want to say that sometimes reading for yourself can be really difficult. And a lot of people say that. They say that, oh, I can't read for myself. And why is that? Why is it that it's more challenging to read for yourself? Any thoughts? Any thoughts? I'll just wait a moment for the delay. I know there's a little bit of a delay, but I'll help you along. So why is it harder sometimes to read for yourself? Because sometimes it's really difficult to be objective because you're invested in what you're asking about, right? So the thing is that because your emotions are intertwined with the situation, you're emotionally invested, you're emotionally corded, you're energetically corded to the outcome. And some things might be a really sensitive area, and you might ask again and again. You might ask 20 different ways the same question, which then kind of clouds the judgment because you're invested in the situation. But if you're able to step outside of your mind and be in that divine channel, yes, you can definitely get some really lovely clarity that is pretty crystal clear for yourself. And so I'm looking at some of the responses. Marjorie says personal experience and bias. Yep. Kyle says lack of objectivity. Yep. And Deb says you're inclined to read the cards as you want them to, as what you want them to say, or what message you're looking for, right? It's like, I knew it. That color green means that's a go, right? So we can stretch the truth, but, or make it fit. And so, yes, it can be difficult reading for yourself, but sometimes that validation is just right there. And you're like, yes, I knew that, right? So say if you're asking like, what is the truth around that situation? So this one is a deep blue dragon. This dragon keeps you safe by clearing your pathway, right? So maybe there's obstructions. So the truth about the situation is maybe that there are obstacles that are in the road. And then you might say, I knew that, I felt that, right? So maybe it's not meant to be with the timing and so on and so forth. And the message with this is trust that you are protected, walk in a path of light. So that situation might be that this is not for your highest and best good. And this dragon is telling you that there are obstacles within the pathway because it's not the right timing and you're being protected, right? So that would work, right? And so, that way it can help to support you. Another card is, what do we need to know today on this Friday? Well, here we have the fire dragon, burns up the lower energies around you. So just as I was mentioning that, let me read the whole card and then I'm going to circle back to what I said in the beginning, right? So you are safe and protected. Another protection card. Be determined. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. So another card about clearing. So this is validating that it is murky out there. There's a lot of Watigo there, which is like the mind games, coyote energy, the trickster energy is really out there. So this is validating. Both of those cards validated that what I just had shared with from spirit. So yes, it's murky, it's foggy, it's thick, and just know that in some circumstances, if you're not able to meet up with someone or to go somewhere or for a new door to open, know that it's not the timing for that. And maybe there's more clarity that needs to come in at this time. And so then what I would say that to do then is to thank the dragons. Thank you, dragons, for my protector dragons, for helping to support me and guide me and keep me safe and protected. Okay. All right. Does that make some sense? Hopefully. All right. Then the next one. So here we go. 1, create a sacred space. Before you begin, take a moment to set the stage. Clear the energy in your space with sage or Palo Santo or your favorite spray or prayers or intention or sound. Light a candle maybe, or place crystals around your reading area, or play some calming music. By creating a sacred space, you invite clarity and focus into your session, making it easier to connect with the energy of the card. So setting the space. I always will suggest that people do that even before I go live. I set the space in my room, which still had space set from yesterday, but when I finished, I closed up and let all the guides go and all of that energy, release the energy. And so now I'm back in here in my room for this live, because I also will share messages from spirit. So I've done my things. I lit my sage. I've got crystals around me. I've set my space. I said an intentional prayer before I started. Okay. The next step is to ground and center yourself. Grounding is so important before divining and diving into a reading with your divining. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and imagine roots growing from the soles of your feet into the earth. This practice helps you to stay present and open, ensuring your interpretations come from a grounded and centered place. You want to anchor yourself. You want to anchor yourself in the frequencies so that you can bring through the messages and anchor yourself to the earth at the same time. Okay, I'm just going to check in some comments. It's a Patty says, we have inadvertently gotten ourselves financially binded trying to get a home sold. Oh, so that's a question. So I will take a look at the questions in a little bit. And Doreen says a heart. Thanks, Doreen, for the heart. I will get into some questions in a little bit. Ask clear questions. The questions you ask set the tone for the answers you receive. Open-ended questions like, what do I need to know? Or what guidance do I need right now? Often yield more insightful and layered responses. Avoid yes or no questions unless you're using a spread specifically designed for that purpose. Yes, you can ask a yes or no question simply by saying, is it going to rain today? And then having a specific way of interpreting those cards. So yes, it's going to rain today. And so the card is right side up. If it was reversed, it would say no, right? That would be a no. So then I might look at the card too. So this is a really lovely card. This is a silver lunar dragon. Come into balance and practice peace, harmony, and cooperation. Expand your causal chakra. All right, so your causal chakra. So yes, so rain is needed to help with cleansing. I'm going to say that. Choose a deck that resonates with you. Your connection to the deck matters, whether it's a traditional tarot or an oracle deck with a specific theme. Pick one that speaks to you. When you feel aligned with your deck's energy and imagery, your readings become more intuitive and impactful. So there is a way that I suggest that people select their decks, and which is why I love to do that at the shop here. We have demos. If you've been in the shop here, you know we have demos. If you're shopping online, I know it's not always easy to see if the deck resonates with you, but you can look at the cards, you can look at the imagery. We have photos of the deck set for purchase here. So what I suggest you do is like so if you're at a place where like you can physically see the decks and maybe touch them, go to the one that you're drawn to. Right here we have over 200 different decks, so we have the demo. So that's why I'd like for you to just pull a few. Right, open the deck, take a look at the front, the back, the cards, and then ask a question. Okay, like ask a specific question. So let's see here. So is there a specific theme to the day, right? So there we go. We'll pull a card. So the card that came out was the Druidess of Cups. So this is the Page of Cups reversed. The Druidess of Cups reversed. Page of Cups reversed, right? All right, so I'll look at the imagery. What does that have to do? Well, so if I know the tarot, right? And so I know that there are a lot of people watching who work with the tarot already and have their own interpretations of the messages. But the message that I'm receiving right now is that there's a lot of emotional immaturity that's running around. And oh my gosh, like, so that is something that I've been playing with. So social media is whacked right now. It's nuts. And I've said this before, I really battle with being on there because there are adults that act like children and people are fighting over things that really, why are you fighting over that? Let people have their belief system. Stop picking fights, stop posting to stir the pot, right? These are adults. I have had I have younger staff members out front. Most of them are not on Facebook. You know why? Because they're like, I can't do the drama with the adults. It's not the kids, it's the adults. So this is the emotional immaturity, right? That's a theme that we're seeing, not just on social media, but like I said, the thickness, the buttons being pushed, and people are behaving in a way that's really triggered, and they're reacting in that way. So that is the theme, to look at where you're triggered. Where are you triggered, right? So rather than saying, oh, out there, they're triggered there, they're triggered there. No, let's say, okay, the theme today is to ask myself, the question of the day is, where am I triggered and where am I being really immature? And where do I really need to change that focus and look at what my reactions, how can I take more responsibility for my reactions? So by the way, then that makes sense to me. I love the image with this deck. And so I might look it up in the book then, if it comes with the book, and just see, let me see, that was my interpretation. Then I'm going to look at the book and see if the messages within the book resonate. Okay. Thank you, Donna. Donna says she looks forward to the card of the day every day. And Luba says, in grounding, I like to visualize seeing my footprints already imprinted and the crystalline center of the earth, and then matching my feet to them. Ooh, I love that. That's a lovely visual. Thank you for sharing, Luba. The next step is a really difficult step, and that is trusting your intuition. One of the biggest, largest, most challenging blocks for readers, new and seasoned, is overthinking. While guidebooks are fantastic tools, remember that your intuition is your greatest guide. What's the first thought or feeling that comes up when you see a card? Trust that initial nudge. It's often the truest message, or the most aligned message that your higher self wants you to receive. And so I don't believe I have this on here too. So another tip is to create a connection, a filter with your higher self. The higher self is the aspect of you that exists beyond time and space, beyond your personality. It is pure divine light, and it wants the best for you. Its job is to remind you you're connected to much more than this physical reality, and it wants to see you. Its job is to help you to fulfill your purposes here on this planet. Okay, so just that's so important. So when you're connecting, remember that the intention is to connect with your higher self. Some people work with a guide or like a spirit helper. Yes, that can help, but remember that first you want to connect with your higher self. The higher self will automatically help you to connect with messages from a guide or an angelic being. But first is the higher self. So important. Next, using spreads that suit your needs. There are so many spreads to choose from. Start with a simple 1 card or 3 card spread if you if you're new. Then branch out as you grow more confident. Don't be afraid to create your own spreads tailored to specific questions or situations, right? So there are many spreads out there. There are books and books and books of different card spreads. Just work with the ones that you feel confident that you don't have to keep looking up, right? That kind of like it stagnates the flow, creates a stagnation. Journal your feelings. Journaling is a powerful way to reflect on your readings and notice patterns over time. Write down the cards you pull, your interpretations, and any insights that stand out. Looking back at your notes, they can provide you with incredible clarity and validation. You'll also begin to see a beautiful rhythm between your cards, your intuition, and how it's coming through, and the validation in your world. Cleanse your decks regularly. Just like your space, your deck can hold energy too. Cleanse it periodically by knocking on it, right? That can help clear it. Placing it in the moonlight or using smoke from sage or incense. This will help you with cleansing them. Some people put crystals on them. Some people use their breath. Some people shuffle the cards. Some people tone. There are many different ways to cleanse your cards, but I would suggest that you do that regularly to reset the energy. Don't be afraid to get personal. So your readings are a reflection of your energy and connection to the divine. Allow your personal experiences and emotions and spiritual insights to guide you. So sometimes there are reference points that will come in too, right, to help you expand upon a message. The more authentic you are in your practice, the more meaningful your readings will be. Practice makes perfect. The more you work with your cards, the stronger your relationship will become. Set aside time to pull a card a day or do a weekly spread for yourself. Regular practice builds confidence and deepens your intuitive skills. Reading oracle or tarot cards is not about memorizing meanings or doing it right. It's about a connection with the cards, trusting your intuition, and allowing the messages to flow through you. Remember, you are a channel for divine wisdom, and the more you honor that role, the more powerful your readings will be. What are your favorite tips? I'd love to hear some tips. If you want to just write them in the comments, I would love to hear them. Now, there's some other tips too, as I wait for some of you to write down a comment. Never infringe on anybody's free will, right? Don't go spying. Psychic spying is a big no-no, right? We know when we're supposed to, like when we're kind of, pushing the envelope or treading on questionable ground, right? We know when we're doing that. Trust the message you receive and move on. Sometimes asking the same question over and over and over creates doubt. Also, just know that there is a thing as overdoing it. Consulting your cards with every single aspect of your life can be codependent. Not a good thing, right? Because then we don't become free thinkers. It becomes an addiction and it's not healthy. Just like getting tons of readings with this, like readers all the time, it can really be conflicting because not everybody is reading from the same reference point. A lot of times there is the same message or a similar message that comes through, but not everybody reads from the same reference point. So Donna says she got her Witch's Tarot deck from a cabinet on a walking trail in 2021. Take a book, leave a book thing. I feel like it's mine. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's interesting. Also, I wouldn't suggest that you share your deck with anyone. I think it's better to have your own deck and read from your own deck and to not have multiple people using it because that's complicating the energy with the cards. All right, so are there any questions around the material that I shared? If not, I'll just pop up here and just answer some questions until 11 o'clock. And in the meantime, as I scroll here, Oh yeah, I wanted to mention we have some really cool new products in the shop. We have the Valentine's Candy Day boxes are back. Where you have the box, and there are 9 crystals that you can personally select from and for someone. It's a great deal because it's $30 for 9 crystals, and you get to go and select the crystals, and you'll receive the message. The little card that we give you, that we provide, and the crystals just need to be, they could be any crystals, just under $5.49. So it includes those cute little hearts in store. If you purchase it online through our online store, we will select the crystals for you. We will intuitively tune in. Got extra fluffy hair today. Hey, it's humid out there. I have fluffy hair anyway, but it's extra fluffy anyway. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So Deb had a question. Do you see me losing my job this year? It would be a blessing. Okay, so that's a multi-layered question, Deb, right? Because is it that why do you want to lose your job? Are you wanting a job? I feel like I kind of gotta tiptoe around this for you. I think you understand. Anyway, so I'm gonna pull 3 cards to see if she might be let go from her job. Oh, that is the card, the main card. There are 2 main cards in this deck. Okay, like the advertisement card. Okay. Yes, that's a good possibility. So we have the Adept of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. We have the 5 of Cups, and then we have the 7 of Wands reversed. So it is likely that could happen. Just make sure that you don't allow yourself to get into a rut. I just feel like it's like a motivational rut. I just feel like if that were to happen, just be proactive with yourself, your path, your choices in the meantime. Okay. All righty. So I'm going to see the next question. I'm just going to scroll. All right. So this is Patty. Patty's question is, we have inadvertently gotten ourselves financially blind to trying to get a home sold. Will we get out of this year soon? Let's see. I was feeling not necessarily, not sooner than later. I heard that it's a little tricky at this time. We were hoping sooner than later. That's why I felt like you may need to really budget. I do think it will sell, but it might take a little bit longer because of the thick fogginess that's going on. It's almost like there's this chaotic, spiky, not even rhythm, this spiky influence that's going on in the collective. Remember what I was mentioning? There's coyote, there's trickster energy. Watigo has run rampant. And so please try to be patient with the process, and the budgeting is a big key for all of this. So we have the 7 of Swords, the 5 of Stones reversed, which is the 5 of Pentacles reversed, and then the 3 of Cups reversed. So the 2 reversed are saying a no. So just be mindful that some things really are going to come to light too. I just see the 7 of Swords as being a key with all of that. So some things are going to come to light. I do believe in the end it'll work itself out. It just is that we're really tiptoeing around some things right now and trying not to go to that anxious place. Again, this is a root chakra thing. This is a foundation, your finances, that really gets us our basic needs. If I don't have more of a cushion within my finances, then I might go into fear. Just it's all pentacle stuff, right? This is all pentacle stuff that we're going through. Your foundation, your health, your finances, your home, your car, your tangible things. So, not sooner than later, right? A little bit longer than expected, but some things will come to light. We'll fix it. We'll clean it up nice, and then we'll continue to budget. And then I do feel like once there's this flow and we have a clearer vision, and when some of the dust settles, then it looks more favorable. Okay. I hope that helps. Marjorie's question. I started a new job 3 weeks ago. Feels like it's the right place. What does Spirit say? Let's see. Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like it is the right position for you at this time, and that's a yes. So we have the Druid of Swords. That's the King of Swords. We have the Fool card. So this was a huge leap of faith you took. And then we have the Six of Swords. So yeah, you definitely, like, it was a strategic move and it was a great transition for you. Now, I feel like there is this intellectual stimulation that's taking place for you at this new job. So it's like, I'm learning new things. I'm like a sponge. And sometimes what we simply need is a change of environment, like working environment, interactive environment, and different physical environment. So yes, it was a good move for you at this time. Okay, I hope that helps. All righty, so next we have Cynthia's question. Do you see us getting our own home this year? We've been caretaking for 15 years. Oh my goodness. Let's see what we've got. I feel like I'm going to go, I'm going to refer back to that other reading with Patty that yes, it's a possibility, but when things even out and the dust settles more so because it is a little thick, yeah. So I'm going to pull 3 cards, but I feel like there is a good possibility, if not towards the latter part of the year or the beginning of 2026. I think a lot is going to take place in 2026. So yeah, I'm feeling more so 2026, if not like the end of the year. There are just some things that are delayed. I feel like there's a delay. You might find a place, but you don't quite see that move yet until 2026. We have the 2 of Cups, which has to do with the obligations with people that we have made promises to, and we want to honor those, is what I see. The 5 of Swords reversed, and then the 9 of Wands reversed. Yeah, there still are a lot of things that are up in the air for you as an individual. I'm not talking collective stuff. I'm talking as an individual or as a couple or as a collective, right? You with who you're living with and the people around you. So it might be closer to 2026. Let's see. Lube's question. What guidance does Spirit have for me right now? That is most important. Lube, I have a question. Do you have some, I don't know if it's sciatica stuff going on? You know, sometimes with the sciatica, it kind of like runs it starts with the sciatica, but then it kind of goes to like the butt cheek, right? That the gluteus maximus, and then a little bit down. I've got that, like a little bit of that going on there. So I feel like that might have to do with taking care of your body, your lower back, and maybe paying attention to some of the nerves and the muscles in the body and feeding them, and maybe working with more gentle stretches. It's very possible you're overdoing it, and maybe we need to find a healthier pH balance within your body. So I'm just going to kind of scroll down to see if that makes sense. For Luba, and I'm just seeing if I'm reading the comments here. Marjorie says, very helpful. You're welcome. Marjorie says, yes. And okay. Right, back to Luba. Yep. Okay, so the Sun reversed. 3 of Swords reversed. 10 of Stones reversed. Definitely has to do with your temple, your body, creating more stamina within your temple. I just feel like the body's like, I'm saying, pay attention a little bit more. So there might have been more of a focus for you at this time, Luba, where you're really in the in the etheric realms, like the esoteric wisdom and information, the body's saying, hello, don't forget about me. But there is something with that sciatica that I kept feeling. Okay. Okay. So she says, oh, you say not usually, but last night you did have that pain. Yeah. I was being brought to that. So just know. Okay. So that I felt like your body's saying, listen to me. So I don't know if that made sense, Luba, by the way, with the esoteric stuff and the teachings. Yes, it's wonderful and lovely, but just the body, just listen to your body. And it could have to do with shoes or the way we're sitting or the way we're sleeping as well, or the way we're carrying our groceries. Yeah. And Cynthia says, thank you. You're very welcome, Cynthia. Okay. I know I have my little delay here, so let's see. Look at all the people joined in here. Hey, friends, thank you so much for joining me, because it can show me here how many people we have tuned in, and I really do appreciate you all joining me here. So there will be a couple of Fridays where I have previous engagement. So I will let everybody know with the scheduling if, I will not be live. Okay, and you're welcome, Luba. She'll take care. She'll pay attention. All righty. So next we have Doreen. Wants to know if there are any messages from Spirit for her. Doreen, I have to ask, is your mother in spirit? Because I've got like whispering going on, and I felt like your mother's been trying to communicate with you, to connect with you, and it feels more, it's like a whisper. Hey, I'm around you. So I'm going to wait to see if there's a comment from you. I really feel this older woman that is claiming you. Okay, so your mother is around you quite a bit these days. And so you might even say, oh my gosh, I thought somebody called my name, or like, what was that sound? I really feel like, ooh, I got the chills. She's really coming in close. So she hears you, she loves you, and she says to continue to keep praying, because she says that she's acknowledging the prayer, the frequent prayers that you have been putting out for yourself and others, and do not underestimate the power of your prayers and holding those you love within your heart in a place of love and unconditional love. Okay, I just feel like, oh my gosh, I really feel her around you. Let me see if there's anything else. So, what is Pepito? Pepito. What does that mean to you? Is it a name? Am I hearing another language? Pepito. Name, nickname, Pepito. What is that? Who was that? So I'll wait to see. So in the meantime, while I wait for the delay, that just know that like the message from Spirit is the spirit of your mother is with you these days. And I just feel her coming closer to you. She kind of like within your inner circle, and just, it's the witnessing sometimes, right? The witnessing. Oh, Doreen said your father used to call your son that. Okay, so that could be your father. Your father's on the other side as well. So just know I've got your mother and father with you here. Okay. How sweet. Doreen, is your son open to this kind of process? So, sometimes we think, well, of course, because Doreen is, but that doesn't always mean our children or our loved ones are. I feel like if he is open to this, just let him know that your dad is saying, hi, I love you. So he's giving him a shout out. And I felt like with your son, he's like, I just feel like, ooh, he's about to really take like a big step forward. And I just feel like he's working really hard and giving his best. Know that that your father is saying, I see the effort you're putting forth, and just keep on going. And it's like, I've got your, like I am the wind at your back. Okay. So just let him know that. All right. All right, let's go on to another question. And this one is from Donna. Please ask Spirit if my trip coming to Minnesota will be fun and exciting. Well, heck, are you going to make it fun and exciting? That's up to you, is what I'm hearing. What I am hearing is that, sometimes we give other people like too much, like we give them permission to have too much influence, and we have reactions with them. And so if you keep healthy like boundaries and you don't overthink it and you make your own fun and decide I'm not going to let that ruin my trip, then yes, you will have fun, right? Yes, the Spirit says, yes, that's your intention. So you have the Five of Stones, because I feel like there might be a negative Nelly around. Five of Stones, which is the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords reversed, and then the Druidess of Stones, which is the Queen of Pentacles. So it looks like you will have a good time because your intention is to have a good time and you will not allow other outside influences to hijack your trip. So have fun, enjoy. I'm just going to check out Doreen's comment. You're welcome. That means so much to me. You're very welcome. And I'm so glad that they were able to come through and I was able to receive that message to share with you. It's always my pleasure. Always my pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be able to bring that validation through for other people. Okay. So the next question is from card flew out, Denise. So I got to grab that. All right. How beautiful is that altar, right? Pam mainly helped me with creating this altar dedicated to Sophia. I connect with Sophia, the divine Sophia. Okay. How involved should I be in getting with my daughter's company? The answer is may not be a good idea. Helping her as an assistant here and there is probably like a good idea, but I feel like, okay, I have to ask Denise. So has it been like things took off like gangbusters and then it's like now there's a readjustment? I feel like she's in a time of growth. And so it looks a little wonky. Sometimes in times of growth, it's like the old processes and systems that we had did not work. And so it might be better for her to hire a coach, someone to help with her with coaching with this, who has more of those practical skills. You may be able to help her a little bit with the execution of some things, but I feel like there's a big push that's coming through. And so the old systems are not supporting her anymore, right? Here's the thing about business is that we want to grow. But if we don't have systems in place to help support that growth, it's just going to come crashing down and we will not enjoy the growth. If I was to get 50,000 orders today. I'm not exaggerating. 50,000 orders today in the online store. That would be chaotic. I'd say, oh my gosh, that's exciting. But then there's no way we could fulfill that. Like, I don't even know how we could do that. Right. So I feel like she's in a growth spurt. It's about to happen and she does need some more help. So let that happen there. And you say, not let that happen. She might need to seek some guidance or coach, someone to help her. And then for you to be like popping in to help with her with the execution or to be a good sounding board. That's how you can support her, Spirit says. All right. Okay. Let's see if that's a message. And you're welcome, Donna. You're very welcome, Denise. Denise says, I think you're right on. Thank you. Or Spirit says, thank you. Thank you for that validation. All right. Appreciate that. We just got a couple more minutes. Lisa has a question. I'm open for any messages my guides would like me to know. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Lisa, do you work with a deep red stone? First of all, I'm seeing it's either garnet or ruby. Yes, I know I have a little sweet little puppy named Ruby, but I have either garnet or ruby. I'm seeing a deep red stone that would be so good for you. So with that being said, I feel like that would help with circulation and helping with oxygen within your blood. It just feels like you're like the blood, your blood, the circulatory system. The blood also shows us too if we're fighting off things like, because oh my gosh, people are so germy these days. Oh my gosh, there are so many germs floating around, right? It's changing weather and all of that. So like colds and bronchitis and all that sinus stuff. So I felt like your blood, like we need to enrich your blood. So what foods are really, like beets are really good for blood to get that, like to help sustain us, right? And for, that is what I'm getting for you. We need to support the fluid in your body. I am going to pull one card quick though within that. Yeah. The Magician reverse. So the circumstances around you, it feels like there's a lot and you're feeling a lot of people's stuff, and I feel like they're like your immune system really is saying, hey, I'm trying my best here, just try to support me continue to support me. I don't know if it's that you don't always have regular meals or that you skip meals, but I'm going to encourage you to have more of an enriched diet, iron, and of course I'm not a doctor, so intuitively check in or do some research or check with your doctor. But I'm feeling like some iron might be really good for your system, and I'm getting beets and maybe some pomegranate, but I was seeing like garnet or ruby crystals to work with. I'm just going to check on that. I'll wait for your response. Luba says, I think your message is also a confirmation because I recently started to work with a natural physician on the physical. I resonated with the idea of pH balance, and spirit has been nudging me to do these exercises. So thank you. You're welcome. Thank you, Marjorie. You're very sweet. Very sweet. So I'm just going to wait a moment to see if this resonates with Lisa. Okay. So in the meantime, as I wait for Lisa's comment, I see I made that be there. Hello, friend. Do you see me selling my house and moving this year? And moving in with my daughter would be a good thing for us both. I felt temporarily. So will you sell your house this year? Dun, dun, dun. That's yes. I felt yes. So the three cards are a yes. And I feel like it's a temporary thing. And then I feel like temporary meaning like 2 years, almost 2 years. And I just feel like then it's like, some circumstances change. And then I feel like it is a blessing. It's a blessing for both of you. So this is probably a yes, most likely. Yes. So we have the Three of Stones again, which is the Three of Pentacles, the High Priestess reversed, and then the Two of Wands. So try not to overthink things, but I felt like there should be flow within all of this, right? If we have a lot of resistance and stuff, then it's like we probably should take a moment, right? We should take a moment and just pause a little bit, right? So, but it looks like it's very favorable. And so most likely a yes and for a short-term period there, friend. Okay, so I'm going to check with Lisa's response. Yes, thank you. That definitely resonates with, she resonates with all of it. Ruby's also her birthstone and will carry the stone. Awesome. There you go. Thank you for sharing your feedback. Victoria says, should I stay or should I go? Long distance relationship. Hey, how are you? It's good to see your sweet face. I know you used to go to Fort Myers store. Long distance relationship, and we are talking about 6 months here, 6 months there, or is it time for someone new? You're very sweet. Thank you, Victoria. I don't know if I'm the best, but that's very sweet. Very kind of you. I know we love to say that, right? I'm the best. You're the best. It's like I appreciate you, right? Okay, and I appreciate you too. I do. Okay, so should you stay? Or should you stay in this relationship? Looks like it may have run its course. I feel like you're kind of feeling that anyway. but it's not done yet. So sometimes we're like, I feel like there's a change. And I might have shared this live as well before. Sometimes it's just like, oh, it feels different. Our connection feels different. Something's not the same. It's like we just turned a corner. So you might have just turned a corner. So we have the Seven of Wands. We have the Ace of Cups reversed. Yep. And the Seven of Stones, Seven of Pentacles reversed. So I'm not so sure if we're still aligned anymore, right? So I do think change is in the air. So you might be feeling that, Victoria. I do think. And also, Lisa says, resonate with diet and need to connect to my body. Thank you. You're very welcome, my friend. You're very welcome. All righty. Hey, I think I was able to pretty much connect with all of you with your questions, and it's 11:03. We did it. All right. So I'm not sure about next week's topic. I always like to talk a little bit about something, right? To share some thoughts or to help you with a little bit of information. We have some really awesome new products in the shop these days. Oh my gosh, we have all these new crystals, new decks, new herbs. I'm waiting for my shipment of Blue Lotus herb. Is coming in today. I'm so excited. Crystal books, cards, candles, all the things. We have lots of stuff happening. Tomorrow I do have a psyche development class. I believe it's full, I'm not sure. I'm going to be teaching about light language, which I have said this before, but I will see, within the schedule and talk to Amy between private sessions and stuff, to see if I can get back to teaching online within a private like Zoom group. We'll see if we can make that happen. But I'm really excited about teaching light language tomorrow during psyche development. And we also have a Reiki 2 attunement class with Pam coming up on February 2nd. There are still just a couple spots left for that. And you must have taken Reiki 1. And so if you're interested, call the front desk. Also, we have another jewelry trunk show coming up on February 8th with Nugent Jewelry. It will be here at the shop. It's a Saturday from 11 to 5. Okay. I'm just going to read the comment from Victoria. Thank you. I was feeling that also. I feel like we should stay friends. That might be it, right? I feel like there is something on a soul level that like you two connect and have common interest, but romantically, I feel like it's not just the distance thing. It feels like there's some other stuff too. Just like, I don't know if you're completely feeling lit up or, within that dynamic. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. I look forward to connecting with you next week or so. We'll see. Have a great weekend. If you're in an area, a region that is affected by cold or by storms or fires, know that my heart goes out to you. We've got some really funky stuff going on, like weather-wise and within and on our planet. So also remember that trickster coyote with Tego energy is running amok. Use your discernment, find your center, ground yourself, and know that, yes, it can be a little bit confusing because it's a little bit foggy and thick out there, that you got to work a little bit extra hard. You remember that visual I shared in the beginning about driving in your car and it being really windy and the wind is pushing you in all these different directions. And that's what's going on with the collective now, with all of these thoughts and all of these egregores going on and belief systems and the fight for control and all of that. Stay in your lane, keep your eyes on your path, and don't allow these distractions to pull you too far into the other lanes. Okay. Find your truth. Okay. All righty, my friends, have a beautiful weekend and week. I look forward to seeing you soon. We release the energy and I'll see you soon, whether online or in person. Bye-bye.